What is going on, people of YouTube? Grant with Splash Tanks here, and welcome back. Today we're talking about my future-to-be shrimp tank. It's coming along nicely. She's looking real good. I only got two gripes with it. One, I didn't paint the back of this bad boy. I was going with it, trying to see how I liked it, but I normally paint the back of my tanks like this one back here. So we're gonna paint the back of this bad boy today. Two, this filter, it's working, but it's not working as much as I'd like. I like a little bit bigger filter, so I got another one. We'll hook it up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate all you guys. You don't want to miss any of my future videos, but enough talk, let's get into it. All right, so now she's nice and drained. We'll start cleaning the back glass and actually putting the tape around it. I have multiple videos on how to actually paint the back of tanks. So if you want to check out more specifically how to do that, check that out right here. But enough talk, let's get into it. Let's do it. As you can see, that first coat's pretty much dry. It is pretty splotchy, but that's okay, because when I paint over it again, it'll just keep on filling it all in, so you won't see any splotchiness at all, so no problems there. All right, so there it is, nice and painted. I did a few coats, so it should be pretty good. Let's peel off some tape, the most fun part. It's like you have a new phone or something, you peel off the stickiness. Oh yeah, look at that. That's gonna look awesome. So like I said before, we're gonna be swapping out this filter. Now this filter, it was working, it was doing good. Two things I didn't love about it. One, it didn't have enough outflow, I'd say. It says it, I think it was rated for like 60 an hour, but it didn't seem like it was doing 60 an hour. Obviously there's sponges and stuff in there that clog it up, so that could affect it, but I want something a little more. Two, this guy would spin, supposed to be a surface skimmer, right? It would spin and it would collect debris from the surface. However, it wasn't strong enough to actually suck it down into the filter. It would just sit up top right here. So I'm gonna swap this out. I have another one. I'll put the link in the description below if I could put this down. A little bigger, and by a little bigger, I mean a lot bigger. This was like the next size up. There wasn't anything in between these two. But luckily, it does have a really short intake. Most of the ones I looked at, the intake was too long. And as you can see, this tank is so short that if the intake is long, it'll just stick into the ground. That ain't gonna do anything. So I'll put the sponges from this guy, since these are already a little bit cycled, that'll help into this one. I'm also gonna put a filter sponge on the intake right here, so none of my future shrimp get sucked up in it. So all around, good deal. All right, let's get it set up. Whoa. Got some horses. Well, the filter is definitely working. You can see it going. I have it set to literally as low as it can. This turn dial right here, it's barely enough for any water to squeak by. And as you can see, it is kind of flowing in here. This actually might be a little too much flow. I might have to go back to the drawing board here. I mean, I love flow, of course, but for a shrimp tank, it might be a little too much. Might overpower them. All right, so here's what we got here. So one, the tank is getting real clean real fast. I have both filters on it. So here's the original one, small one. So I have literally no sponges in it, nothing. Nothing stopping it, and here's how fast the flow is. Let me lift it up a little. So as you can see, that's not exactly what I'd call an impressive flow. I don't love that. I want something barely more, you know, a little more. But then we come over here, this guy, I have this set as low as it could possibly go. Not only that, it has an intake filter sponge, words, and it also has multiple sponges in the actual filter. and let's see how fast this thing's flowing. I think it's going a wee bit too fast for little shrimp. Just a bit. That is flying, and that's as low as it can go. So, I think what I'm gonna do, I'll save both these filters for a different tank. I do have a handy dandy sponge filter. Now, sponge filters are really good for shrimp tanks because they're really gentle and shrimp can graze on the sponge as well. I don't love them just because they take up room in the tank, but I think for this instance, I'm gonna go with it. I'll probably put it in the back right near the heater. I think I'm gonna move a couple of those green plants back there. I'll put them somewhere else to make room for that sponge filter. So, all right, let's get that going. Two. All right, so let's get the sponge filter going. I already have the pump and everything set up. What's nice about these is that on the pump, I have a switch, or a little, I guess you could say, screw lever. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I have this little guy right here, so I could actually control the amount of flow that the pump is putting into the sponge filter. So hopefully that gives me a good result. Let's see what we got. Oh. All right, after much finagling, here we are. I got the sponge filter locked and loaded. It is working like a charm. So initially I put it in this right corner over here. However, this tank is just so long and skinny. It's a very unique shaped tank. So I had to put it in the middle because it just wasn't getting the right flow. But now that it's in the middle, it's getting absolutely perfect flow to both sides. And like I said, that lever, I could definitely adjust higher or lower. And also another good thing about sponge filters is it agitates the surface. It's very important. That allows for really good gas exchange, very important. It also just makes the surface look a little better. So I obviously don't have a skimmer anymore, but just the motion of the surface makes it look a little cleaner. And I think it does make it a little cleaner than just the, kind of stagnant more water when you get all that gross oiliness. So this definitely helps. Looks good, water is definitely moving. You can see how clean the tank is now. This is the next morning. So it's definitely working really well. I like it a lot more. I did take the plants that were where that filter is sitting, moved them over a little bit over here. I might move this last guy, he's kind of by himself now, over to this right side where I moved all the rest because now there's kind of an empty gap in the back. But we will see, I like it, looks really good. And last thing I always like to check before we do anything, before we put any shrimp and or fish in any tank, let's look at the water parameters. So first off, the temperature looks like 75.3, so that's good right there, I like that. Next, I did the ammonia nitrite and nitrate test. I just do it with this API freshwater master kit. It's probably the easiest one to do. I'll link that down there. But let's see where we're at. Here's what tells you what we need. So ammonia, let's line up ammonia. It's looking pretty good. It's either at probably 0 or maybe 0.25, so there's still a little in there. Let's see nitrite. Now that's looking a little high. We're at like 0.5 or 1 right there. So definitely need some more time for this tank to cycle most likely. And then nitrate is, yeah, we're about at like maybe 5 or 10. So what does that mean? That means this tank definitely needs some more time to cycle. I'm gonna do more water changes on it. We'll give it another week or two, retest it, and then see where we're at then. I think by that point we should be pretty good. With this new filter, I think that added a lot of benefits to it, so that's what we needed in order to make it, cycle faster. So there you have it. We painted the back. I think it looks a lot better. It's gonna be great for the shrimp. The contrast will be amazing. We added a new filter, switched it around a little bit, moved some plants, and it looks great. Tank needs a little more time to cycle. I'm gonna do some more water changes. I'll test it in a week, see how it is then. Do some more maybe, test it in 2 weeks. Hopefully it's good by then. We'll add some shrimp. Don't miss the video when I add shrimp. That'll be the most exciting part, of course. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. This is Grant with Splash Tanks, and as always, have a good one.